Hey, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at UPS, United Parcel Service, and we're going to take a look at the technicals here after the earnings report. We just got that, and I want to share with you some tidbits as far as the chart because it's making some interesting breaks. Keep in mind, none of these are recommendations to buy, sell, or trade any stocks. Just my own personal opinion. So let's go out and let's just check out UPS as we go in and we take a look at the earnings. UPS delivered record earnings with rosy outlook, dividend hike, and much more. So it looks pretty good, from the earnings forecast and just the way things are moving. And really, you could see in this reflection of the movement in this stock right now. It's powering higher, about $30 or 15%. So we're looking fantastic there. The one thing that's actually very nice about this is the break here on the technical side. So you see we had a long consolidation since about May till January. We've been kind of in this box range or area. So right here, we've been kind of in this range between about 180 and 220. We've had a resistance a few times. And then we had this support right here, this bottom bar at about 180. And now that stock is powering higher. So this actually is looking really good. And it could be a really nice buying opportunity as long as that stock continues to follow through, because we had a sideways motion. After a sideways motion, usually you get kind of more buyers stepping in because it's building momentum and energy. So as we look at the, let's look at the longer term here. And what you can see is we look at the stock from the longer term perspective. The stock's been moving quite well, back in from the 2000 level, just continue kind of trending up. You can see the motion angle is very good. If you look at just the progression, we had a nice, really accelerated move here recently, so that could be a little area of concern. But nevertheless, from a longer term perspective, the stock is appreciating. Dividend hike, people like that kind of stuff. Now it becomes a dividend play and even more into people's minds. And if you look at just kind of the pattern that's been happening recently, and kind of got this stair-step pattern effect going that could also kind of play out. So if you look at this, boom, we had a sideways consolidation, stock went higher, then again, boom, and now we're hopping to this kind of next leg or level. So we're starting to move in this stair-step base pattern. One area of concern that you may want to take a look at is, are we going to be too far extended or stretched eventually? It's moving quick, but it's not anything like Home Depot was a while back. Like, take a look at that acceleration, right? And a lot of people are doing more shipping and that kind of thing in the current world of the pandemic. But I don't think it's too accelerated for what it is. It may be too accelerated for the short term right here, and that's where you got a little bit of a problem for the gap. But beyond that, it looks kind of okay. Anyway, as I make these videos, feel free to join our Discord community because that's when you can request your own stocks that we talk about and get some insight, Q&As and that kind of thing. So definitely check that out. You can see that in the description below or on our website. Okay, so in either case, beyond that, I think the stock looks good. We've got some sideways action. It's powering higher. I always say, as a general rule, wait about 3 to 5 days after earnings to see how the stock will digest, because you can have a gap and then it'll fade the gap, and this could actually get filled. However, this one is doing well beyond some serious technicals, meaning a really nice sideways consolidation pattern. And with that sideways consolidation pattern, it may not do a gap and fade. It may fade a little bit, come back to retest that level and pop. But oftentimes that's why you wait that 3 to 5 days on earnings before executing a trade. Other than that, the volume looks good here on this stock. Powering higher, looks good on the short term, looks fairly good on the long term. We did have some issues here a while back, but overall the stock's continuing to move fairly well. It's just a little too early to say what'll turn out after the earnings, only because one day pop with a big gap. You got to be careful with the gaps. And then after that, if we can hold that 220, that would be your line in the sand. If we break below 220, that gap will probably fill and you could watch out for a 203. That's where I would be a little more careful about. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of the week ahead. Feel free to join the Discord community if you want to request some of your own ticker symbols and trades. And we've got a course coming up very soon for the swing trading and technical analysis. So check out our website, Traders Fly, for that as well. I'll see you next time.